Variable number tandem repeats, also known as VNTRs, are repeating strings of genetic bases, a part of the genetic code, anywhere between 10 and 80 bases in length. These repeated sequences are inherited with all other DNA from your parents. Because VNTRs occur in the non-coding region of the DNA, where most mutations occur, relatives are more likely to have similar VNTR patterns than distant relatives or strangers. These differences in DNA repeats can be used to tell individuals apart when analyzing a crime scene. The DNA is collected and is purified and isolated using a polymerase chain reaction, also known as PCR. PCR copies specific DNA sequences like VNTR. These copies are then separated using gel electrophoresis. Gel electrophoresis allows negatively charged DNA to travel across an agar medium from a negative pole to a positive pole. In doing so, smaller sections of DNA will travel the greatest distance, producing a different display of genes for each individual. Here we are testing a family of 5. Blue, orange, and red are all siblings, while green and yellow are their parents. Apparently, one of the family members broke into the dad's safe, and the culprit left behind an eyelash. We are going to take a sample of each person's DNA and compare it to what was left at the scene using PCR and gel electrophoresis. This will allow us to determine which family member opened the safe. Shown here are 2 different gels displaying alleles of each member's VNTR sequences at different loci, all compared to the eyelash found. Because each individual tested is related to one another, there will be a lot of allelic similarities since each child gets their DNA from their parents. Starting with loci 1, we will compare each band of the evidential eyelash with the bands of all the suspects. The only people who share the same pattern of repeats of loci 1 with the evidence are red and yellow, as seen here. We can now rule out blue, orange, and green since they do not match the comparison DNA exactly. Looking at loci 2, the only person who matches exactly is yellow. We can now conclude that the mother is guilty of tampering with the father's safe, according to this gel spread.